center stage on the mic, and we're putting it on wax. It's the new style.
What's up, Bronco Maniacs? It's your boy, the OG Broncnutz from the 719, the 50,000-watt blowtorch voice of the Denver Broncos in the Rocky Mountain region. Haven't made a Bronco video in a little while. The OG Broncnutz has been focusing on some other things, plus it's getting towards my busy season. About to take off here in a couple of days for Kansas City for this year's summer work. So, kind of bummed out I'm going to have to go spend all my time around all these sorry Chiefs fans, but at least I got a bunch of family out there. Anyway, I wanted to make a little video about some of the moves the Broncos have made, what I look forward to in the draft, and the exciting year that we got coming up. I mean, first off, Broncos draft in the first round this year, number 20. I don't see the Broncos trading out of the first round. I don't see them. I see them staying right there where they're at 20 and picking at 20. I think there's 3, 4, 5 players right in that neighborhood that we can get that I'd be happy with. The first one, I mean, my wish list is O.J. Howard, the tight end from Alabama. This kid is a can't-miss NFL prospect. I think he's a starter day one on the Denver Broncos team, and he's a really safe pick. I'd even be willing to trade up a couple spots to get him because he should be drafted right there in that neighborhood where we need him. Second would probably be Cam Robinson, who is the offensive tackle. Now, he played left tackle at Alabama, but say he can play right tackle, left tackle. We signed a tackle. We've signed a couple interior linemen, some guards. But, you know, this kid's big. I think he's 300 pounds, like 6'4". He's really raw, and, you know, when you look at the competition that he had to go up against in practice every day, let alone just playing in the SEC, I mean, looks good for the Broncos at one of those 2 picks. Some interesting picks. I mean, some guys that I really like, although it really doesn't help us for what we need, but I think they're great football players. I mean, a great addition to whoever gets them. First one is Christian McCaffrey, who would create an instant buzz here in Denver just because his daddy played here. But tell you one thing, man, what an electric player. He's got a lot of good ball skills and footwork. I mean, just a good football player. And the other one is Jabril Peppers. I just see Jabril Peppers being a great safety in the NFL. And, you know, it's too bad we don't really need anybody in the secondary. But if Jabril Peppers is there at 20, I think he might be hard to pass up. And then the last guy I think is kind of the long shot for us is John Ross, who's a wide receiver from Washington. Now, he's a little small. I think he's only like 5'10", 185 pounds, somewhere in there. He's super fast. I think he's the best wide receiver in the draft. And we're not getting a lot of production out of our number 3 receiver, Marcus Lattimore. Not Marcus Lattimore.
Let me clear my throat. Kick it over here, baby pop, and let all the fly skimmers feel the beat.
Our number 3 receiver. I'll take it in a minute. It's slipping my name, but it's definitely not Marcus Lattimore. So John Ross, I think, is possibly also on the Broncos' radar. New coach Vance Joseph, local Colorado boy, played, you know, quarterback here up at CU. Likeable guy. I don't know really much about him, what to expect from him, but I know the Denver Broncos and the way we look in the face and everything about the franchise is changing. And that's good. It's okay. Change is good. Thank you, Gary Kubiak, for all the great years you had here in Denver. Also, you know, getting Bill Musgrave as our quarterback's coach. I mean, I didn't think much of him as an offensive coordinator in Oakland. I actually thought he made a lot of dumb moves last year. But, man, the guy has obviously got a great pedigree for teaching quarterbacks, and I like what he's done with Derek Carr in Oakland. So hopefully he can help out with our young 2 quarterbacks that we got here in Denver. And then, of course, our free agent signings, we get Pico from the Bengals, which really helps out in our interior line. I mean, Sylvester Williams hasn't really amounted to much here in Denver, and I don't know if Pico's that much of an upgrade. I mean, I kind of see it as just a lateral move for us. Doesn't really help much, but maybe a new change of scenery here will do Pico good. And then Landry or Leary, I think his name is Leary. Yeah, Leary from the Cowboys, who played guard there. And, you know, we can always use help in our offensive line. I mean, people seen last year that was definitely our biggest weakness. I mean, I think Trevor's a decent quarterback, but he didn't get a fair shot because our line was Swiss cheese. And then the last one, I think his name's Menelik. I don't know how to say his first name. Watson from the Raiders. And I hate having a Raider anywhere in an orange uniform. But we needed some offensive line, and this kid, although he's been hurt the last couple of years, been questionable whether he can stay healthy, his upside on just talent alone is huge, and hopefully we can cultivate that and develop that here in Denver. Lastly, I want to say, congratulations to Marcus Ware on a great career. Thanks for ending it here in Denver. Glad we could help you get a Super Bowl ring, man, because you sure deserved it. You're a pro's pro, and one heck of a force on any defensive team you suit up for. And the last thing with the OG Broncnutz, I want to give you my insight on Tony Romo. Now, I'm not against Tony Romo coming to the Denver Broncos. I do think that Romo's a better quarterback than either of the two guys we got on our roster right now. And I think that Romo makes us an automatic 10-win team at least next year in a division that's going to be competitive. I mean, the Raiders are going to be good. I think the Chiefs are much improved. And, now the Patriots getting Brandon Cooks, they've taken a big step towards another Super Bowl run. So we're going to need to do something. I wouldn't be opposed to Romo coming here as long as we get him for the right price, right terms. You got to suit up. You got to play every game. All those things that are incentives that are laid inside the contract. But at the right price, I think we're interested, and I think Elway's interested. So we'll see what develops over the next few weeks and what direction the Broncos are going to go in at quarterback. If we stick with the two young guns that we have, I'm perfectly fine because the Jizzle Dizzle, he's the real deal, believe me. He just hasn't got to show it yet. This is the OG Broncnutz, 719 West, about to be out to Kansas City. Look for more fishing videos and travels with the OG Broncnutz this summer. Peace.